Understanding complex sentences with relative clauses. A deep dive into punctuation. Hello, language learners. Today, we're diving into an exciting part of English grammar that will really level up your language skills. Complex sentences with relative clauses. Specifically, we'll be discussing restrictive and non-restrictive clauses and their punctuation rules. By the end of this video, you'll be able to confidently identify and use these types of clauses in your writing and conversation. To begin, let's quickly recap what relative clauses are. Relative clauses are parts of a sentence that provide extra information about something mentioned earlier in the sentence. They're often introduced by relative pronouns like who, which, that, etc. For instance, the book that I'm reading is really interesting. Now, on to our main topic: restrictive and non-restrictive clauses. Restrictive clauses are essential to the meaning of the sentence. They limit or restrict the noun they're referring to. For instance, in the sentence, people who exercise regularly are generally healthier, the clause, who exercise regularly, is restrictive because it specifies which people we're talking about. In contrast, non-restrictive clauses provide additional information that isn't essential to understanding the sentence's main idea. For instance, in the sentence, my brother, who is an artist, just opened his own gallery, the clause, who is an artist, is non-restrictive. Even if we remove it, the sentence still makes sense. Here's the trick. The way we punctuate these clauses depends on whether they're restrictive or non-restrictive. Restrictive clauses do not use commas. This is because the information they contain is necessary for understanding the sentence. For example, the books that are on the top shelf are mine. Non-restrictive clauses, on the other hand, should be surrounded by commas, or preceded by a comma if at the end of the sentence. This is because the information they contain is not essential and could be removed without altering the sentence's basic meaning. For example, my dog, who loves to play fetch, is waiting for me at home. Now, let's look at a few more examples of complex sentences with relative clauses to illustrate these punctuation rules. 1. The girl who won the science fair is my best friend. Restrictive. No commas. 2. My neighbor's cat, which has one blue eye and one green eye, is absolutely adorable. Non-restrictive. Commas used. 3. The dress that I wore to the party was a hit. Restrictive. No commas. 4. The dress, which I wore to the party, was a hit. Non-restrictive. Commas used. In these examples, you can see how the punctuation changes depending on whether the clause is restrictive or non-restrictive. That wraps up our lesson on complex sentences with relative clauses. Remember, restrictive clauses are essential and don't require commas, while non-restrictive clauses provide extra information and should be surrounded by commas. Keep practicing, and soon enough, you'll be using these clauses seamlessly in your English conversations and writings. Thanks for watching, and keep up the great work on your language learning journey.